direction, yeah, we might just end up crashing, but I'm ready if it happens with you. Meet me out in Cali when I'm far away from family and I need someone to hold on to. You're the only thing I
You see, God, and it goes hand in hand with the, oh my God.
You know, I'm so looking forward to Joey on Prodigy.
Ronaldo shake back again. Thank you.
Fits in the post. For his unit.
Another morning here. We are in Houston, fresh off of being delivered some famous hometown known and grown breakfast club right here at the table for us. I'm Yells. I'm here with Maestro for day 2 of the Last Dance Maestro. Day 1 was incredible. Day 2 sure to be a banger as well. First up, we got Gotham and Indy. What you want to tell the people about this matchup?
Give me 1 second. Let me get. Okay, hold up. Oh, that's right. We're live. Okay. So sensitive to swallow some of my food. Here we go. Hey, fam, how you doing? I tell you right now, Gotham 5 Indy Stripes is going to be. I think it's just going to be a great carryover from the 4 great games we had yesterday. Indy Stripes have not had the type of season they want to have, but they are here now, and we've seen teams that did not have great seasons yesterday put on a straight show, Yells. Straight up show. And I have a feeling Indy Stripes are going to try to do that for us today. They have a long road to hoe, though, going against Gotham 5, who had a very, very strong season, including 1 tournament win. I believe it was the Big Apple, the win in the Big Apple. So let's see what they're going to do. And Gotham 5 starts off with their traditional get you down in the low post, spin around. Next thing you know, boom, it's 2-0. And then there comes the defense from G5 already.
Let's get people familiar here real quick. Gotham 5, this team's going to be run and powered by Emil Griffin out of Detroit, Michigan, 17-year-old, 6'9", young man can go to work in the post. Outside of that, in the front court with him, you got Amir Tyson out on the wing, Kai Cash, who can go get his own bucket. In the backcourt, you have Miguel Santiago, just 14 years old, playing with the big boys in this one, and LaShawn Carter, who's had some big tournament wins on the other side for the Indy Stripes. It all starts with Andrew Gibson likely to be matched up with Emil Griffin on the other side, so we'll look out for that one. Andrew Gibson out of Indiana is going to be headed to Alabama, I believe. Get my notes here right.
I believe Indiana.
Indiana, excuse me. In the front court with him, Kelvin Wally Talbert, who's been big defensively. Elliot McDuffie in the front court, who leads the team in scoring. In the back court, Leah Lart, the human highlight film, and Jay Banks.
Yeah, Lava showed up at Andrew Gibson's house with a truckload of money and a free Paramount subscription or something like that, and got him to change his mind to go to Indiana. No, just playing.
Gotham 5 off to a quick start here. So we see Jay Banks into the starting lineup. Unable to get that one go. Indy down early here. Gotham out on the break. There's Emil Griffin pushing the pace. Quick timeout for Indy and Joe Giroux as Gotham out and running here early.
Yeah, Gotham 5 is playing their game, Yells. Just, one of the things we talked about with them, they're very athletic. They have no problem scoring. They normally give you at least 71 points a game. They're well above that pace right now already this early. And unfortunately, it's the case where we see Indy Stripes. Indy Stripes have been an EKG machine this season, right? They've been really good at points and really not so good at points, and that's why their record reflects the way it is. However, this is not a time to start off low against a team like G5, because we know once G5 gets rolling and the way that they play defense, it's going to make Indy's life very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult. This whole season, Indy Stripes normally score 64 points a game, but guess what? G5 only gives up on average 65 points a game. So unfortunately, their weaknesses of Indy Stripes going to play into the strengths of G5. But this is SimWorld Prep, Yales.
Anything can happen. Yesterday we saw the Queen City Kings move on to the next round. We saw the Originators in an unlikely comeback advance to the next round. Gulf Coast Lockdown took care of their business in a hard-fought battle, and Rocky Mountain Monsters, with some believed to be an upset over the Scorchers, moved on. This one here, Gotham 5, Indy Stripes, the winner of this first matchup here today on SimWorld TV, will move on to play the Heartland Zombie Stars, who have been surging as of late. L.A. McDuffie here with the ball, working on the screen with Andrew Gibson. We saw this strategy start to work late in the game last time we saw Indy. Of course, they were experiencing quite a blowout, but there were some fruits that came from that loss.
That's why you keep playing no matter what the score is. Even if you're winning big or losing big, you stay in your principles. And if you feel the game is way out of whack, and I can't imagine many competitors who do. Yells, you could have me 199-3 with 4 seconds left. I still think that there's a way I can come back and win that game, right? And, that's just the way I'm going to play, and I know you're going to do the exact same thing. But you still have to stay within your game. You still have to find a way to work on the things you can work on, because it's going to pay off. You rarely get a chance to practice in what you call live fire, because you're gonna have another game. You're gonna have to be able to put up another game, and you're gonna have some things that's gonna work for you, especially if you work with so many things that weren't working for you.
Neil Griffin here seeing an early double team. He's gonna kick it back out to Santiago. 4-3, he lines it up and knocks it down. He knew it was good before it ever went in. 9-point lead here for Gotham. They look like a well-oiled machine right now compared to the Indy Stripes.
Yes, they do. They're coming a little bit more subtle, having played so well all year, and being able to play their game and not be on their marks. And Gotham 5, what did we say earlier? Their team, they're selectively active with their transition play, and they can transition off anything. But also when they get in half court, guess what? Their base principles, you don't know how they're going to play you. If they're going to play you inside out or outside in, but either way, they stay patient with what they do, and that's why they're so successful.
Neil Griffin there, working on Wally Talbot, can't get it to go. Just rims in and out. Andrew Gibson on the other side experiences the same, as we see good defense there from Gotham 5. Maestro, talked about it before. I want to highlight it and get your thoughts. Maybe you can tell the audience about this Gotham 5 team that played really hard. I know these are just kids, but a lot of times they are outmatched in the size department. They're undersized against the teams they take on. They're more perimeter oriented as far as most of their players, but their hustle defensively and their grittiness to defend on the interior and stop interior buckets. What do you attribute that to? Is that a scheme? Is that the toughness of players? What is it?
Yes, and I would also add to the fact that there's a willingness to live in the unflashy. The willingness to do your job, do what you have to do, be at the spot you need to be at, be the outlet if you're going to be the outlet, be ready to be the secondary outlet if you're going to do that. If you're one of the closest to the rim, you see always the closest cats to the rim always take that step. As soon as the shot goes up, they take that step toward the rim to be there for the rebound. Those fundamentals will outdo all the other measurables if they're executed on the regular and you stay patient within that game, because being consistent across the table is always a strong move inside, and great finish is always a path to victory, as opposed to I'm going to do something super flashy behind the back or whatever. So even though they might be outsized yells, they're fundamentally so strong that you would never really know it.
Playing some great basketball here, early 10-point lead, capitalizing on all of Indy's mistakes and hitting tough shot after tough shot, as we see there.
And again, Gotham, and again, G5 knows. G5 knows themselves. They know who they are. They know what works. I think Indy is still, in so many ways, trying to figure that out.
Leah Lark off a down screen, gets up the three, can't get it to go. Sean Carter, Emil Griffin on the break, gives it up to Kai Cash. He's going to go to the bucket, defended by Elliott McDuffie. Can't get it to go. Indy back the other way, running the break. Andrew Gibson with a great catch. Not sure how he was able to corral that, but not so great a shot afterwards. You don't have to take that shot, Marshall.
Yeah, you don't. But I think it's so ingrained. I think right now, the fact that Indy is so used to playing from so far behind, right? All season long. They look up right now. They're already down. They're already down by 12, and 14. And I think the demons start creeping in your head, right? I think, oh no, here we go again, starts to happen when you're in search of, and even that shot down underneath, you had complete leverage. Your man was boxed out underneath the rim. You still rushed the shot, cost you 2.
First quarter quickly in the books, very fast first quarter there. Indy struggling. More action coming up after this. We'll see what happens in the second quarter. We'll be back.
And it's time to see the game be the game.
I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake. This is a library. I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake.
Back, Maestro. Second quarter. How did Houston treat you last night? I know I didn't get to show you the ropes. I know you do want to check out James Harden's finest circulating places of worship.
Absolutely.
Man, but how did you enjoy the night on time last night?
It was real nice. You're real nice. So, I took my typical midnight drive around just to kind of look at the sights and see what was up. But the best thing, though, the suite at the hotel has a nice little kitchenette. I got a chance to actually stay up a little later than I wanted to stay up there, making myself some pineapple chicken. And, it was a good night. Good night.
Not a good night there at Indy Stripes. Not a good morning, shall I say. I mean, starting off with all types of struggles.
I'm not going to use the word unless it happens again. But, just saying.
Bucket up. Miguel Santiago, or pardon me, that Aiden or Cam Ramsey. looks like shenanigans is going on.
There you go.
And Maestro, this game was not over for this team to look like maybe perhaps they're quitting here. Down 18, it is very early on in the matchup.
That happens in the mind, Yales, and you know this. It is a team that when the demons come back and they have no muscle memory, even though that's a term I'm really not a fan of, they have no muscle memory to overcome any demons. They just fall back into old habits and they fall back into whatever, and they just figure, okay, well, it's over now anyway because we've never done this before, and somebody needs to sit down at this point. When those demons come back and you get into the opponent's head early. I was not a trash talker as a player. I just like to be aggravating in the opponent's physical space. I know you were definitely a trash talker. So you knew once you got into the head of your opponent that you already had more than the advantage that you needed, right? And you can already tell, even if the game is just starting, if you're already in their head and you're living rent free, it's over. So, Indy Stripes, not knowing who they are, we talked about it earlier, the demons coming back. It's not over from us on the outside looking in, but from them looking out, they must feel like they're in quicksand. And it's just, we're stuck again, we're sinking again, and it's a bad place to be.
They've had to fight from behind so often this season. I know that has to be taxing on the team, not only to experience it in the game itself, but to experience it as a theme throughout the season. It's got to be a heavy weight. These kids out here, they've made it to the last dance. They're getting exposure. They're being exposed to different places and different scouting, all kinds of scouts in the building for last dance. So lots of opportunity for them. And Maestro, I want to clear something up. I was not a trash talker.
Really?
I was not. I was the definition of a Gemini. I still am. I am one extreme or I am the other if given the opportunity. One of my favorite mentors, that's what he would say. Be nice until you can't, then effing destroy them. So that's literally kind of how I operated, not by intention, just by nature. So yeah. I was pretty quiet. Somebody decided I was actually pretty silent. Somebody decided they wanted to do something. I figured out what I wanted to do to them, and then I had a lot to say.
There you go. That's so funny because I tell you, like, I can remember the times in every sport I played my entire life. I remember the 4 times that I trash talked. I remember I remember what I said. I remember who I said it to. I remember why I said it. I remember why I did it. But I would not say nothing. I was just always staring you in your eyes and just being in your space and just trying to just be that person that the more you talk to me, the quieter I got, and I just handled my business because I knew that would aggravate the trash talkers more than anything else. And I'm gonna say something here, Yale, and I definitely understand your point when you said, they've been down all season, and it's hard to sort of, come back from that. It's very taxing. But sometimes you gotta turn those obstructions and those challenges into firewood, man, to fire yourself up. To say, listen, we've been here before, we've been down before. Let's fight and come back. Put up the fight. Just even if, okay, how we always say sometimes you just got to change it up. Like, okay, what I'm doing is not working right now. Zone is not working. So guess what? Let me go man. Now, I know I cannot physically match this other team in man, but I'm going to go man because guess what? They're killing my zone anyway. So what is it going to hurt to change up what I'm doing, to sort of change the tempo and to change the beat of the game? And sometimes you have to be just a little fearless. Sometimes you have to be just a little willing to say, you know what? I can't worry about the outcome. I cannot control the outcome. What I can control is me and how much effort I put into this moment right now, and let that be my mark. And I think players that have, I'm not going to say pride, but I'll say players that really love the game and really care about why they're there are the ones that it doesn't matter what the score is, they're gonna fight, kind of like that Monty Python skit with the Knights of Nim. The guy has all his arms and legs cut off, and he's still trying to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know you gave that long spiel there, Maestro. You had a lot to say about care. As we see Elliot McDuffie there make the play, I don't know how much he's loving the game right now, how much he's... a lot of people say he's disrespecting the game right now. He's not giving his team a fighting chance, and I know the recruits are seeing this, and they're not happy.
Yeah, once you lose the locker room, it's very difficult to get yourself back on track. Once you've lost your teammates, once you've lost the locker room, once you lost the guys that you're supposed to go to battle with.
As we hear McDuffie letting out a scream there in anguish. I guess he feels that he should get more opportunities here, but he's been unwilling to bring the ball up the court offensively on the other end. When he gets it, he is going to work here, but not a great showing when it comes to effort. 20-point lead for Gotham 5. I think the story of this one so far, not that Gotham 5 has not played well, as we see some good defense there, but the Indy Stripes just not showing up here.
Yeah, and there was a lot of words going around. Let's just go listen. Let's just go on and just be the show of honesty here. There's a lot of word going around about Showtime being, Showtime not being here, and them being here. A lot of people felt Showtime was.
Oh, that's right. That was a complex computing for
exactly.
the points.
Exactly. So there's a lot of talk about how, in some ways, people felt Showtime was more deserving. They definitely felt Showtime was a better team than the Stripes. The committee had the point system that they had the point system for. It's what it is. It's just
I believe it broke down to. All things being tied up, but the Indy Stripes won the head-to-head between them and Showtime. So those games matter.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it is one thing you learn, the great idea about competition. Rarely is anything given. You have to earn it all, and sometimes it doesn't mean you're going to get it, even if you did feel as though you earned it. But you keep going anyway.
Cam Ramsey giving it here to Aiden Teixeira. Gotham 5 hitting almost every shot they take here. They're getting easy buckets. They're getting easy buckets from the defense lapses. They're getting easy buckets from great execution. Then they're hitting the tough shots as well. It is tough to beat a team when they're shooting 65% from the field, actually.
Yeah. Well, again, we talked about it earlier. Gotham 5 knows who they are. They are battle tested, but they're also engagement ridden. They know who they are. They know what they can do. They know how they can do what they do, and they stay true to that. And that's what has made them so tough this year. With 9 wins, only 5 losses, and 2 of their losses, if you recall. 2 of their losses came down to the last minute of the game, where the game could have gone either way. So that is when you're battle tested like that and you know who you are, you're a hard team to just take down easily.
Elliot McDuffie's been taken out of the game now, and I can totally understand Coach having to be conflicted over there. Coach Barreau saying, hey, he's one of my best players, but he is absolutely quitting on the game right now.
Hey, if your best player is not contributing, put somebody else in who will. They might not contribute at the same level, but at least they're contributing positively.
In the game now, JJ Hoops, recently committed. recently committed to Syracuse to play with Coach Drayton. Let's see, along with Caleb Boateng.
Yep.
So it'll be a good way to celebrate today.
Yeah.
Getting on the floor at least.
They better get used to some overtime games. Oh, I'm just playing, coach.
We see JJ Hoops now doing the same. She's getting very ugly. Very ugly.
Yeah, you know, and you know, to you know, to end the stripes, you know, I would say it this way. This would be a game that I'd get fresh notebooks out, sit down in the classroom, and we chart this whole game. And at the end of every play, we're gonna say, okay, what happened there? You know, make them say it out loud. You know, have that tough conversation. Build up that mental armor, because your career doesn't stop here. But my goodness, you can sure as heck bury it in a bunch of mud if you don't put out like you can put out, because scouts are still, no matter what the score is, scouts are looking. And I know scouts who would watch a game without looking at the score. They would go back later on the video and they would see what the score was as they sort of reviewed what they were looking at. But they wanted to see what you did at all times, regardless of what the score was. So if you're acting like you're defeated and you're playing that way, believe me, that's coming across on tape. Just letting you know.
Leah Lark here looking for the last shot. Andrew Gibson slips the screen roll. Now we get an ISO in the corner here. Looking for the shot. Lark up for three. Can't get it to go. More one-on-one basketball. 21-point lead for Gotham 5, shooting over 60%. Maybe Stripes not playing a bad game offensively, but they've clearly quit in some regards to this game. What does a coach say to a team when they're performing like this and essentially have this outlook for the first half of this year?
Oh my goodness, I'd be that coach that would say, okay, I would just, my next starting five for the second half would be somebody who would be five guys who have not played or had low minutes, not only today but all season, because it can't be any different. Because I want somebody in there who's going to show me that they want to play. That's what I'm looking for. What's pounding right in between the numbers on your chest right now? That are you playing for the name and the city that's on that's based on your chest right now? Or are you playing for yourself? That's what I want to see in the second half.
Second half action coming up after this. A lot more from the last dance. Quadruple hitter. We'll be back.
What's good, everybody? This your boy Dre Pope. I've always wanted to be a pro coach, and SimWorld Hoops is the only place where I've been able to live out my hoop dreams. SimWorld Sports, where you can see the game, be the game.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, and more Drayton. And this is officially Off the Rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Yeah, okay. Any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. That's not a representation because the programming reflects that pole. Politicking with four eyes, it's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope, you know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many of the subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, pole politicking, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position, my opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions, my bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cates. Let me cook, stove top oven, easy bakes, hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. breaks. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes unfollowed, talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo. We pole, politicking, ticking, we straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen to that pole, politicking, ticking. This for the pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen to that pole, politicking, ticking.
Love that last scene there from that clip. Let them wait. My son works. Oh, what a great movie. Still not better than Trading Places, in my opinion, though. Shout out Eddie Murphy. We're back here for the second half. More of what went on in the first half to start here in the first 15 seconds is Emil Griffin going to work in the paint. Maestro, what does Indy need to do to get back in this game, and is it possible? Great defense there, by the way.
Everything's possible. Everything's possible. And that hustle right there, what you just saw, you get denied on the other end, you still stay with the ball, get the ball back, get the 2 points. Now show that same energy on defense. You can get back in any game. You just have to just realize that just like in life, everything's a choice. And every choice is hard. If you want to be in shape, that's a choice. And it's hard to be in shape. If you want to be out of shape, that's a choice too. And it's hard to stay out of shape too. And some people manage to do it. If you want to be committed to your craft, that's a choice. And it's a hard choice, but you make it work. If you don't want to be committed to anything, guess what? That's a hard choice too, because you're never going to be good at anything. So what you're going to do here right now is what? It's 19 points. Let me hustle and just keep playing until the final whistle blows and I'm sitting on the bus. Whether I have a win or a loss, at least I did my best.
Absolutely, Maestro. That's what I don't get about quitting in anything. A really good quote, and I love the quotes. And a really good quote says, "Hey, failure is hard. Success is hard. Both of them are hard. Choose your hard."
That's right.
Choose your heart. Right. It's going to be hard either way. So you go out here and give it your all and know, like you said, you gave your best effort. You can be happy with that, and you take the L, which is a learn instead of a loss.
There you go.
Santiago here at the top of the key, 19-point game. Indy Stripes coming out playing with more hustle, more fire so far in the first minutes of this third quarter. But Gotham 5 just seemingly rolling already. So we see Emil Griffin opposed to a turnaround. And sometimes things just don't go your way. That looked like it was out on Indy, but Indy ball. Chance to draw close as they've been in some time at 17. So they have the opportunity to break that window right now.
Absolutely. Chance to get themselves at least if you can start getting yourself in arm reach. That means the next goal, if I'm the coach, not the players, if I'm the coach, my next goal before a strategy change is going to be, can I get it to 12? If I can get it to 12, there you go. Then next thing you know, and I might have a time, a game clock time in mind. Depends on how we're playing. If we're getting ahead of schedule, I might reset a little bit earlier, but I'm doing whatever I have to do to sort of say, okay, my guys are playing now, they're doing what they're doing now, let's step it up. Right there, boom, finish.
Elliot McDuffie leading this team in scoring. It's Indy Stripes team. They've gotten a couple of stops, gotten a couple of easy baskets. That's what you need. You got to see some of them be a little bit easy sometimes. As another great contest there, Andrew Gibson not even rolling in this one yet, Maestro. That's got to be encouraging that your stars are not really doing it all right now. You're seeing a lot of Jay Banks. So we see a beautiful step through there from Leah Lark. Way to split that double team. Slithering. You said 12 points, Maestro. There you are.
Okay, so 12 points, 4 minutes. 4 minutes up to go in the third quarter. That's okay though. That's okay because we've gotten significant stops and got this back to where it's almost like basically now it's a 5 possession game, but look how much time is left here. So now, can we make it a 3 possession game? Let's see if we can finish off the quarter being only down by 10. First rush possession of the swing that Indy Stripes have made, and that's okay. That's going to happen. You're not going to be perfect every single different time, and G5, they do know how to play defense.
That is a tough shot.
Yes, it was.
Zaire Andrews there out of New York City, just 15 years old. 6'4", 212, good size, good strength there, Maestro. With that type of size, that type of strength, and just ability to just take a pull-up like that at any point in time, does he not take you back to your 80s ball a bit?
Oh, yes, absolutely. 100%. You know, it is so funny. Okay, so you and I had this conversation last night. For those who might not have been there, or might have just tuned yells and I out, because sometimes we do go a little left at Mississippi, which is okay. We were talking about like the 15-year-olds, and now today we have a 14-year-old, right? But if you look at their games remind me so much of what you just said, that old rough and tough 80s mark basketball. And it's just so funny that the young cats are almost going back to, I'm going to call it a retro style now, even though I grew up with it, the retro style ball, and are being successful.
Full speed into a pull-up jumper says everything. If you were 6'2" to 6'6" back in the 80s, that better have been in your bag.
Stockton.
Leah Lark here. The game was as close as 12, now back to 14, excuse me, Leah Lark. Oh yeah, 16. Look at that, math is hard. Back down to 14 now. It's a beautiful take there. Try and keep up with me, folks. I know that was some weird math and a lot of numbers, but
don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna send you as one of my abacuses. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Open 3 there, can't get it to go. G5 doing more when we talk about there, just getting tough. I mean, they're a gritty team for all of the perimeter antics you see and all the pretty handles from a team that embodies New York basketball. Everyone can handle that rock a little bit, but they get gritty right in there near the rim. Zaire Andrews just 6'4", battling for that offensive rebound there. And on most nights, they're on the good side of the rebounding edge, which is shocking.
Yeah, and how do you do that? You position yourself. It's not always about height. It's about leverage, recognizing the shot rotation, recognizing who's shooting the ball. Do they shoot with more of an arc? Do they shoot with more of a line drive type shot? All those things matter with how the ball responds to the rim. And knowing that IQ helps you position yourself, leverage, in order to get the rebound.
Looking a little bit here, G5 Maestro. They're the number 2 offensive rebounding team in all of SimWorld Prep. I mean, as fast as they get back, which is an odd combination, as much as they push the break and push pace, they are hitting the offensive glass as well. Great stamina from this team. Also seeing here that they are in the upper echelon of not turning the ball over in a game. That's a good combination.
Yeah, absolutely. There is nothing wrong. Oh, denied. Bring no juice to no gin party. You know, the ideal the ideal of, look at all of the strongest rebounders you've had in basketball history, period. You know, not just at the SWU SimWorld U level, but also at the SWBA level. Very, very few of your top rebounders, impactful rebounders, were 7 feet. Most of them were cats, 6'10", 6'9", 6'8", but they understood the art of rebounding.
Beautiful move there by Zaire Andrews, yet again, just 15 years old. It's Gotham 5, highest scoring team in all of SimWorld Prep. Really started the season with some question marks and came on as of late one of the highest dance scores in all of SimWorld Prep. 9-5 record, didn't close out the season, two straight losses. But in a stretch there, they put the entire world and all of SimWorld Prep on notice.
Yes.
He's going to give a heave here at the last second to Cam Ramson can't get it to go. 18-point lead. Third quarter in the Bigs. When we come back, it's fourth quarter time, although I'm not going to see it. Stay with us.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing, though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamma Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld, this is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob with my snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be drippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers. Snow bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild. SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Fourth quarter action ahead of us. Steep mountain to climb for the Indy Stripes here in Houston. Down by 18 to Gotham 5. Elliott McDuffie playing some good basketball, but really cost his team roughly about a 12-point spring with some of his antics there in the second quarter, excuse me. Andrew Gibson not rolling as of yet. And on the other side, Gotham 5, everyone on the team contributors, everyone who has played has scored at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time, also.
There you go. There you go. That's what Indy's trying to, one bite at a time. There's no such thing as a 30-point shot. So let's get that out the way. Let's go on and just do what we got to do. Get stops, gets buckets. Get stops, gets buckets. Get stops, and just repeat that until you say it in your nightmares. All right? That's the only way that they're going to get themselves back in the game right now and get it done.
At the line, getting some buckets with the clock stopped. Very important. Gets the second one to go there. 17-point game. Remember, they had it as close as 12, but outside of that, they have trailed the whole way. Santiago here with the ball. He's going to drop it down to Emil Griffin, who's been doing his thing so far in this one. Doing more of his thing right there with the spin move on the inside. This kid really emerged onto the scene. That 31 ranking Maestro seems a bit low to me as well.
Absolutely. You know, you have players who are playing where they're going to be. The one thing I'll say that's going to be really good for us across the table moving forward in SimWorld Prep is having more games, an extended season, so to speak, and seeing the players on more of a regular basis. We can obviously get an opportunity to see them ranked against each other without so much leapfrogging happening where somebody might not play for 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Even
so
months.
Yeah, even months. That's a great point. Yeah. That's a great point right there. Yeah. So, you know, a kid can come out, have a really great tournament, really drive up their stock, but then, like you said, not play for a month. Next thing you know, they've dropped and they haven't done anything. It's like, I haven't done anything.
Santiago. Bad pass there.
Yes.
This is a good time for Coach Porter to watch these kids, these young guys, and it's a very young team. Only 2 kids moving on to SimWorld U. That's Kai Cash and Neil Griffin. But good time to see how his kids stay composed in a blowout game and kind of teach how to maintain, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, being behind in the game that is. I'm not gonna say so far out of reach, but so far out of reach is
and I'm talking about Coach Porter.
Yeah, but I mean, being ahead. That's what I was getting at. Being behind in the game that's so far out of reach is the same as being ahead in the game that's so far out of reach. That was the point I was trying to make. Is you still have to be able to play the game, and how you play the game, regardless of how far you're behind or how far you're ahead, tells the scouts and everybody else where you are mentally. And part of your makeup, because a lot of cats, when they get way ahead, play like they're way behind. They take their foot off the gas. The shoulders start to slump a little bit. The defense stops being quite as tight. So that's very telling too.
So we see who just walked into the building here. H-Town legend Rick Blaze is in the building here.
The Blazer.
He's going to be on commentary for the next game, I believe. So it's pretty exciting.
The Blazer.
Coach Porter leaving the starters out there. Neil Griffin working up a sweat here as he draws the foul on top.
What do? You keep working, because now, in a lot of ways, for G5, it might start being about that next game. It might start being about how do we, okay, so I don't want anybody to get hurt. And speaking of something we talked about earlier, in the Stripes, one of their stalwart players, Reza Red, is injured. So, they don't have that presence on the floor. But the idea here for G5 is, okay, how do we maintain? How do we keep going? What am I looking forward to build into the next game? I'm going to say it's apparent, the word I really don't like to use in sports, but it's apparent right now that G5 might be moving on, even though you shouldn't be thinking that way. But we can, because we're not out there. So as they are looking to move on, what do I want to see going into the very next game in terms of, I might not necessarily be openly thinking about my next opponent, but goodness knows that I know exactly what color their uniforms are and how they play.
Jay Banks out there giving full effort. Can't get that one to go. Coming up next after this one, we got Southeast Select, KJ Hills, and Dexter Jackson, Brett Backer and company, taking on the AT Aliens, Benjamin Alexander, Trevon Patrick, Ryan Toomey, and others. You may not forget Frey Maxwell, who's been very good this season. Big Southeast matchup coming up in the second game of our quadruple morning action.
You know what's better than one time? 2 times. It's better than 2 times, 3 times. It's better than 3 times, 4 times.
Why don't we keep going?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, just keep going.
Yeah.
So you won 5 games.
7, 12, 29, 35, 60, 11. Come on. Let's go. All at the same time. Just put everybody on the floor at the same time. Let them work it out.
Jay Banks still playing aggressively. 18 points, 3 minutes to go. This one is just going through the motions at this point, Maestro.
Yeah, and if you feel that way, you know, you're right in a lot of ways. I think for us as the fans looking at it, but I'm going to tell you something. If I'm in a white uniform right now, all I'm thinking of is somebody's gonna put this tape in the VCR. Well, how do they do it now? I guess on the iPad. And when they see me, I want them to say, "Wow!" When I watched him play, when I watched Maestro play, I couldn't tell if the game was 15 points, 19 points, 30 points, or if it was tied, because he was doing what he's supposed to do. He was hustling. He was diving on the floor. He was trying to take a charge. All those other things that make them say that's the kind of kid I want on my squad at the next level.
G5 here with the ball. Still the usual suspects in the game with Sean Carter. Can't get that one to go. Trying to add to his stat total here. Indeed, Stripes are going to look back at this one and wish that they had given far more effort here. Especially if they go back and watch the film, as you say, Maestro.
And you know something? The noise about Showtime not being here is just going to get louder. And guess what? You know, losing this game, you got a whole offseason before, even though prep season is going to start a little bit sooner, according to the calendar. You're going to be hearing that for a minute. That you had a slot of a team that people felt was more deserving to be here, and you blanked the bed.
Jay Banks, 17 points. Elliot McDuffie, only 11. Andrew Gibson, only 8 for the Indy Stripes. Leah Lark, only 6 points. The 3 players that you just knew, one of them would have to have a big night, a big day.
Yeah.
Show up on the other side, got them 5. Emil Griffin, 16 points. Amir Tyson, 10 points. Not normally the offensive answer for this team. Cam Ramson getting it done. Again, everyone has scored for this G5 team.
They know who they are. They've always known who they are, and they play like that all season long.
You think there's any part of this they're excited to play the Heartland Zombie Stars as a matchup?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Oh, absolutely. You know it is, especially considered not just the inter-player history, but look at how their names are always mentioned in the same zone, so to speak. Absolutely. And that's what I was saying earlier. You know, Coach Porter might not know the name of the team, wink, wink, that he's going to be playing next, but you darn sure know he knows the color of the jerseys because he's seeing that right now.
Duffy out here. He's going to pass it to Jay Banks. 20 shot attempts in this one. That's been part of the G5 philosophy today. To say, hey, Gibson gets it down low. We're gonna dig. We're gonna shade him a bit, try and get that ball out of his hand quickly. Let's work to their advantage.
I love the fact that right at my throat. I say I love the fact that even though they're up so big and under a minute ago, G5 is still running their plays. They're just not taking the air out the ball.
Concession stand. Next matchup coming up after this, as we said. Jay Banks there can't get it to go. Yes, Maestro.
I'm going to the barbecue truck outside as soon as we're done.
I still want this
right now.
Club here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I look, you messing around. I ate half of mine.
I'm not chicken waffles. I'm going to town on break. It looks like you're going for round 2.
Round 2. You late, round 4, brother. I know.
Appreciate everyone being up with us early this morning. Stay locked with us because we got more action coming up right after this.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Wesley, and I recently joined SimWorld Hoops. If you love hoops as much as you love art, you've got to check out SimWorld Hoops at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It is the ultimate virtual basketball experience. It's not like a regular game. It's like stepping into your own world. Whether you play or you're just a fan, it's time to see the game, be the game. Don't forget to check me out on social media at It's Jasmine Wesley.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tengo amores esperando mi regreso. Estoy cansada de decirles que lo siento, en mi futuro ustedes no los veo. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle. Even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda con make-up on también, natural como soy, como soy. Me enseñaste que los sentimientos que se siente uno al otro pueden ser mutuos. Me enseñaste que el amor debe sentirse como el amor. Disculpa, baby, espero que yo no te ofendo. I'ma be honest, never felt this kind of love before. Todo tan nuevo. I like keeping the surface a really good way to keep 'em. So when you dove deep, it made me think that I would lose us. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle. Even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda
everybody, and welcome to day 2 of The Last Dance here in round 1 still. We had our first game of the day, and just a minute ago, Gotham 5 advanced over the Indy Stripes. And now in this one, we have the Southeast Select number 14 seed in the tournament, facing up against number 19 seed, AT Aliens. I'm B. Ron, and joining me today is my guy, Rick Blaze. Rick, good to have you here with me.
Yes, sir. You know you can't have something in the city of Houston and not show up and show out. We're for the Last Dance, Southeast Select, and AT Aliens. Historically, Southeast Select is used to being in these types of tournaments. AT Aliens, not so much, but hey, it's a new season, new atmosphere. Let's see who can get their dance and bachata on.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Rick, because you are correct. Southeast Select is used to being here. Ground Zero season in the national tournament, SimWorld Prep, and they were runners-up in the tournament. They ended up losing to Pacific Northwest. Now, in the race 1 in season 1, runner-ups, they lost Beast of the East in the championship game there. And season 2 last season ended up being eliminated in round 1. So they've been here for the past 3 seasons. They know this environment's like. And I'm excited to see how they respond. Let's get Turnaround out the way first. So now, right back at center, and you're going to see a knockout violation here. So we call it for Southeast Select. But right back at center, Kenzo Cardi and KJ Hills, the forwards, Dexter Jackson and Omar Torres, the guards for Southeast Select. The AT Alien, Benjamin Alexander, shooting guard, Frey Maxwell, the other guard, Joey Justins and Willie Styles at forwards, and Orion Toomey, big man at center for the AT Aliens, make it on the board first right there.
Indeed, and again, it's going to be a good game, 14 versus 19 matchup. It's anybody. I love these type of tournaments because all you got to do is get hot. All you got to do is get hot at the right time. Anybody can win. Any given day. Speaking of punching the ticket, like that.
Yeah, punching the ticket right there. Joey Justins on the fast break after the steal. Nicely done there. But answering right back one of their own is Brett Backer. As he gets himself on the board in Southeast Select, looking to keep their tradition of going far into tournaments alive here in the Last Dance reformatted tournament here. And Rick, what are your keys to the game for both these teams as we get rolling here?
Well, for Southeast Select, the two guys got to get going as KJ Hill and two scores in their respective teams this season. And for ATL, you got to stop them. You're going to have to get scrappy. You're going to have to, there you go, draw some fouls. You got to muck the game up a little bit. You got to throw Southeast Select off of rhythm. If ATL, you got to muck it up and then capitalize on fast break points and getting to the line and hitting your free throw. That's going to be key for AT Aliens today, I think.
Yeah, definitely going to be key for them to really find a way to get rolling. This is an AT Aliens team that is a team that's full of 17-year-olds. They only have 3 16-year-olds on the team, so they'll be losing a lot of their current players. And they're looking to show that experience leads to wins. They only have 5 on the season. They're 5-7 on the regular season. No tournament titles. They ended up coming into this with 5 dance points. How they got their seeding here in the tournament. But we talk about all the time, Rick, about in tournament-like environments, experience matters. I'm wishy-washy on that. I don't think that that's entirely the case. But we'll see what happens here in this one if the experience of the AT Aliens really is what matters heavily. And there's an alley-oop thrown from Dexter Jackson to Brett Backer. What a pass that was from Dexter Jackson.
Yeah, and let's not forget the type of players that Southeast Select have in the team. You talk about Dexter Jackson, you talk about guys who are going to big-time D1 schools in college, so when we talk about talent in Southeast Select, they've known from getting that talent, their guys in there and getting to these programs. So it's going to be an uphill climb for ATMs. They do have a chance. They're up right now, 7-4. So let's not count them out. Oh, 3 balls, spoke too soon. Great game.
Well, you mentioned Dexter Jackson and Brett Backer a minute ago, and they're going to D1 schools. Yes, they are. Brett Backer going to Oklahoma, and Jackson is going to join Purdue next season in SimWorld both of those guys have accolades in their own right. Backer is Oklahoma Mr. Basketball, while Jackson is Tennessee's Mr. Basketball as well. So both those guys are really talented. Best players in their states earn those awards, and they're playing really well so far to start this one, and a tie game here, 9 apiece.
Yeah, we all have something in common, those two guys and myself. I am fearful of Mr. Basketball, so there's a lot of Mr. Basketballs going on today.
A lot of those in the building, yes sir. Love to see it. And look, it's going to be the case, especially when all the talent in SimWorld Prep. A lot of the best prep talent in the world is here, competing in this league. And going down the floor in transition, up and under layup there, giving Southeast Select the lead.
Life was full of swift transition. We saw one just then.
That was absolutely beautiful right there. One of the things, a little off topic here, Rick, because I remember when we were way back in the Ground Zero season, and the team started the rebrand from Ground Zero to Season 1. Southeast Select is the only team to keep that branding. Everyone else decided to rebrand their teams. And I think it's worked out for them pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, when you're winning, you can call yourself Boo-Boo the Fools. Everybody gonna respect us when you get these dubs, you feel me?
And as long as you're getting the dubs, exactly. And
like, oh, it's still about Boo-Boo the Fools, yeah.
Right. Exactly. And so far, the team Southeast Select, hang on a second, up and under, can't get it to go. So they'll get a second chance for the ATL. I'll get to finish my thought here in a minute here. The ATL is work this ball around, trying to find something. Shot clock down to 2. Gotta get up, they do in time. No good, long. Southeast Select 7-6 entering the tournament. And they also, surprisingly, did win any tournament titles all season. That's something we felt from the Brett Lee-led teams.
Absolutely. Brett Lee is one of the historically one of the best coaches in SimWorld breakout basketball history. So anytime his team hits the court, anytime his team is on the court, the expectation that they're going to win more times than they're going to lose. Although they didn't have a great season this year, that statement is still true. They still won more times than they lost. They're looking to get to stick around with another match there.
Absolutely. Joey Justin is going to knock that 3 ball down for the ATLians on their last possession down the floor. Looking to respond here, though. They can't do it there with that shot right around the rim, but no good. Look at the floor now. The ATLians with it. 2:10 left in the first quarter of play here. Turnaround jumper. No good. Good look there.
The only thing I don't like about ATLians right now is their inability to get easy buckets. All the shots looking difficult these last possessions now. They want to get some easier shots. We don't want every possession looking difficult because come second half, those legs get tired and those big shots will come flat. This is a good shot right now.
Justin pull it up and gets another one to go. Joey Justin starting off hot for the ATLians in the first quarter of play here. Been a big spark for them to start this one out. Southeast Select trying to throw up an alley-oop, and that was ill-timed. Nobody home. Well, somebody was home, but it was Orion Toomey. Not the person you want the ball to go to if you're Southeast Select on an alley-oop after that.
Yeah, one person bobbed, the other person weaved.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Justin's another one. Balls for Joey Justin. Free throw line, fade away, leaning jumper. All of those complicated things, Rick. Like you said, it's easier, difficult shots there and make it. 12 points for Justin so far. 16-15. ATLians out in front here. Minute 2 up in the first quarter of play. Rick, what do you see so far from both sides that got you excited about what's going to happen in the future of this game for us?
What I see so far is the Southeast Select versus the Justin Aliens. Because he's taking over the game for ATLians right now. He's getting anything he wants. He's doing good. Imagine if his teammates can get rolling as well. I like ATLians' chances to compete with Southeast Select. For Southeast Select side, they're getting the shots that they want. They're not all falling, but they're not getting a lot of resistance. They're getting the shots that they want. You have to imagine that Bradley's going to expect his team to start knocking more of those shots down. I think it's going to be a really close game again. I believe it's anybody's game, regardless of what the record or what the seedings may say.
Yeah, a lot of times in these end of season tournaments, you're going to get a lot of games like this Rarely do you get a game like we saw in the last one with Gotham Fire and Stripes. You're usually getting a game like this where we're back and forth all the way throughout with teams going on, maybe little runs here and there. Not much separation between the two teams, especially when they're this close in the seeding as well. Again, 14 with all this like 19 days here. I think for the AT Aliens, Rick, one of the things I've seen about them this season is that they are another one of those teams that's very scrappy, and they'll get after you and they'll make it difficult on you to win games against them more times than not.
Yeah, and if AT Aliens, you got to be proud about you being up 1, and your number 1 scorer for the team, Freddie Maxwell, hasn't really gotten off yet. He's averaging about 14 points a game, and we haven't really heard from him yet. So that's a good sign. If you can get the others to come in and really set the tone, good drive, not finish. If you get the others to come in and set the tone, then they set the table for your main guys to close it out when you need them.
Exactly. Now Celtics are the quarter on a high note here. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Down by 1. Backer. Jackson for 3. Knocks it down. Dexter Jackson.
There's the high note we talk. That's the Mariah Carey high note right there. That's the one.
That's the one right there. But Southeast Select now has the hold on the defensive side if they don't want to go into the end of the quarter down 1 or a tie ball game. AT Aliens tries to step back 3-pointer, no good. More of a difficult shot for the AT Aliens, and that's going to end the first quarter there. Southeast Select up by 2, 18-16. Be back for the second quarter here in Houston, Texas for more of the Last Dance.
There's no better time than now. See the game, be the game.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter of this one between Southeast Select and the AT Aliens in Last Dance. Round 1. The winner of this game will go on to face the I'm blanking on the team name at the moment. Reigning Trays. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the Bay Area Break. That's the next game I'm calling. This one, Yacht Club, will be the person who gets the winner of this game.
Let me ask you one.
Yeah.
out of these two teams, good move. I know we don't determine who the winner or the players do, but which of these two teams you think is the best matchup for y'all?
I want to say it's Southeast Select, but I think they have a similar guard makeup in terms of how the guards play, and I think the big backer is going to be a big part of that one too. So I think that they'll be the better matchup for that game in particular.
Assuming they win today, of course. They got to win today first.
Of course, they got to win today, right? Exactly. What about you though?
I feel the same way. But again, this tournament. Oh my God! Man, I know this is the last dance. My man just asked, "Can I have this dance?" Wow.
Man down. 2 more points for the ATLians. Joey Justin, who had a great first quarter for the ATLians. 12 points in that quarter, and there's a jump ball.
Yeah, and let's not forget a lot of these players have offers for colleges. But this type of tournament is where your offers can start to look. These offers can start sweetening a whole lot better, and these schools get a whole lot better. And all of a sudden, the program directors they want to look at you a whole lot differently if you can do your thing in this tournament. So, Mr. Jefferson right now, he's really putting his stamp on the game for ATLians, and if he can get them a win and keep playing like he's doing, I'm sure they're gonna look at him a little bit differently.
Exactly. Remember Devontae Schindler, Rocky Mountain Monsters last season, had a big tournament, and he wasn't getting any offers prior to, and after his tournament play, got a bunch of them. I think he was from Boise State and a few others.
So for the kids who are listening, who are watching, it's not too late. You do your thing in the tournament, and your whole situation can change in a blink of an eye.
Absolutely. And it's not about scoring points either. You can make an impact on the game in various ways. I keep reiterating that to people. Not just about scoring points. Greg Backer, though, scoring right there. I really like his off-ball movement. Greg, he does such a good job of being active and getting into the best spots for his teammates to get him the ball and go up quick and easy with those shots.
Well, you can tell he's a player who had a late growth spurt because he moves like a guard. So, in middle school, he wasn't as tall. He had a growth spurt around 8th grade coming into high school, and he's been growing ever since. But he was a guard in middle school, so he has still guard-like movement, a guard-like mentality, which helps for him as a big, being able to move in ways that other bigs aren't used to bigs moving like that with the guard-like mentality, cutting to the basket, things like that. And it's paying out for him really well right now.
Yeah, they're so tough to stop, and now Backer commits his first foul of the game. That's on Joey Justin, so we'll see Justin's go to the free throw line. Back there.
Really balling. He's balling right now.
Yes, he really is having an explosive, phenomenal first half in this one for the ATL, and he's really kind of the guy who's doing it all so far for them. Right now, 16 points on the game for Justin's, and trying to make it 17 here. He does. Right now, 19-26. Looks like out in front. Still has some subs coming in both sides. Backer and company going to go to the bench for some others on Southeast Select. And Rick, I know we had talked about, I know there was a narrative that went up a few days ago leading up to the tournament about players having breakout tournaments and that kind of thing. Is there anybody from this game in particular who you could foresee having a breakout game, somebody who maybe hasn't gotten a lot of attention on either of the teams in this one? And an ankle breaker to the basket. Oh my goodness. Throwing it down. That's Drake Johnson throwing that one down. You got Dexter Jackson and Drake Johnson.
I mean, you talking about the guy who's having a breakout. He's having it right now. Jordan Justice. The young man came in averaging about 9 points a game on the season. He's 16, 17 already in the first half. He's well into to be over 20 points a game. And let's say he dropped a 25 piece and the team gets a dub against Southeast Select. I'm telling you, this guy, his stock is going to shoot through the roof just off one game alone.
Yeah, that's all it takes is one game. That's really all it takes here in the last dance. One game to get those eyes on you. From there, the sky is the limit really for you. As now the ATL and Coach Marcus Wood will take a timeout here. talk things over. Well, Rick, it's that time of the stream and broadcast. Shout out to chat. It's your time to get your voice heard. But Rick, why don't you tell us who people are in the chat with us?
Let's do it. Shout out to Coach Simpson. Shout out to Juan Vizelle. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Colin. Shout out to Tony Henderson. Shout out to Biff. I like the name Biff. I think I said it every time. Shout out to Monte Parson. Shout out to Rip Carey. Hey, shout out to all you players who've received some offers this week or in the last few days. Hey man, make sure you make the right decision. SimWorld 4K. Make sure you know where to follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, on IG, on Twitter, on everywhere you can think. We are there. Even some of the places we shouldn't be, we are there as well. Who all got in the spot? If you didn't hear your name, that means you need to be tapped in, you need to be chiming in. I'm gonna come back around and follow up. Make sure you lock in the only place where you can see the game, goddammit, and be the game.
Absolutely. SimWorld is the only place you can do that as we get back to game action here. 28-20. Southeast Select.
Cash, I see you, brother.
Yeah, Kai Cash, welcome into the stream. Welcome to the broadcast. And congrats on the win you had a few minutes ago against Indy Stripes. You guys are moving on. G5 moving on. Corner 3 ball, wide open, good.
Jay Midori, shout out to you too. Hey, as you checking in, I got you. I see you, baby. Let's get it.
Love seeing the support during this time of the year. Big time of the year for everybody in SimWorld Prep. Appreciate you all being here for this moment in time. As we continue to work through the second quarter of this game. There's some strong defense being played. One for Maxwell there. Couldn't score. Now struggling with the ball on the floor. And that's picked up as Asher Weaver, brother of Aiden Weaver, who's no longer playing for the team. And look at the pass inside to Orion Toomey, throwing it down with two hands for safety.
I love a big man who gets the ball and knows exactly what to do with it.
Yeah, don't be nice.
Don't be nice.
There's a block in there from Toomey. Showing what he can do. Was one of the members of the defensive team last season here in SimWorld Prep. Know that's what he does best in terms of defense in particular. So we know that at the next level.
I need to check and see if his name is Freaker, so that'll be too late.
We'll look into it, right? We'll look into it.
We've been calling Toomey all this time, but
yeah.
they call Hakeem McKean and not Hakeem for like 12 years too. They call him that right. He was mess up.
Yeah, hey, look, sometimes it takes a little longer to get it right. Benjamin Alexander grabbing the rebound and giving it up to Maxwell. Maxwell jumper, good.
There you go. The number one scorer, they've been waiting for him to buzz open. He got the right one to get them the lead since the beginning of the game. So ATL is on look now. Stay on top.
Yeah, they got the lead back here. Minute 35 left in the first half of play. And there's another steal. Taking the pocket. It was Orion Toomey who got the steal. Another loose ball. In the crowd though is Toomey. Now Weaver in the corner. Maxwell with it. Watch those feet dangerously close to the backcourt line. Gets the screen.
Oh.
And loose ball. Dexter Jackson picking it up on the steal. Inside. Good.
Oh, great give and go. And if you're ATL, that's what you can't have. You can't work so hard on the defensive side and to get the ball and then give up the possession by having to turn over. So those offensive possessions are very important. You got to protect them. You got to protect the sugar, baby. You got to protect the sugar.
Exactly. It makes it hard to share it that way if you can't hold.
You can't share the sugar if you're not protecting the sugar.
Exactly. Gotta make sure you're doing that. Jackson sends the ball to the corner now, back to him. 25 seconds left here in the first half of play. Southeast Select up by 1, 30-29. We're gonna head into the half with some momentum here. Mid-range jumper rattles out. Toomey on the glass, driving the rebound up to Weaver.
Slow down, get a good shot, get a good last shot.
Yeah, game clock down to just 6 seconds here. Maxwell working on Jackson. Jackson playing deep with Maxwell to the basket, can't get it to go, and that is how the first half comes to a close. A 30-29 Southeast Select lead. As we enter the locker room here, Rick has given a really good first half.
Yeah, really good game by both teams. We see the tale of two quarters, actually. Southeast Select came out like gangbusters in the first quarter, got up as much as 5, 6 to 7 points. And in the second quarter, we saw the Aliens settle down. They got their defense stepped up, got some turnovers, got some fast break points, and their number one scorer, Freddie Maxwell, joined the party offensively. But it's been Joey Justin that's been holding it down on the ATLian side. And for Southeast Select, it's been a team effort led by Brett Becker, who's been doing his thing all day. There's something in the water. My man is ready to play for sure. Look at the halftime stats. ATLian's got to be grateful to only be down 1 point, shooting 44% from the field.
Yep, we'll see what happens in the second half. We'll be right back with the folks in Houston.
See the game, be the game.
Everyone, third quarter getting ready to start in this round 1 game of the last dance. Southeast Select leading by 1, 30-29, and a bit of balanced effort from Southeast Select, but Brett Backer leading the way, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block on the day for Backer. And for the APL, it's been all Joey Justin's really, 18 points, leading score by a wide margin, but Freddie Maxwell also has 6, and Styles and Toomey have 3 respectively. There's a lot of both sides working pretty well.
Yeah, and let me give some credit to Jesse Jackson, the defensive end, who's been holding Freddie Maxwell most of the first half. And it's done pretty good. Maxwell's gotten the shots up, but they've been difficult shots. He's not shooting a great percentage. Shout out to Dexter Jackson for playing defense. A lot of players don't get enough credit for playing both sides of the basketball, and Dexter Jackson.
Yeah, Dexter Jackson has been one of those guys who needed to be filling in for Gabe Pope, who's now with USC. Gabe Pope was that guy last season who was that defensive anchor for Southeast Select. Now it seems like Jackson is taking that mantle, especially here in this one, like you said, playing down for Freddie Maxwell.
So yeah, another defensive stop against Freddie Maxwell, who has a really good offensive bag. So stopping Freddie Maxwell from getting off, it's not an easy task. Good move by the big fella. That's called use and abuse. That's what that was, John.
And Brett Backer continuing to work really well in the post for Southeast Select. It is a 34-29 lead for Southeast Select. Johnson now. Spin move, trying to go inside. Draws contact, count the basket.
And one trick.
There it is. I knew I was excited to work a game with you. I was going to get to hear at least once in a game.
You know who says it better than I do? Elava.
I believe it.
I got to get him revved up to say it, but when he's in, he's in.
I believe it, man. If anybody else can do it just as good as you, it's Elava. That guy. Justin does make it a 2-point game with that free throw right there. Really like what he's done for the Aliens in this one.
He's balling right now.
Yeah.
Yo, Justin he's balling right now. I don't know I need to see what his offers are. Whatever they are, they're not offering enough because he is showing he got the goods. 6'4", 200-pound guard. And I can imagine he's probably not done growing. So you talking about a guy who might have been 6'5", 6'6" when it's all said and done. He's really putting on the show right now. This is Joey Justin's first Southeast Select, and I'm not trying to be funny.
And Joey Justins is committed to South Carolina. Georgia Mr. Basketball will be going to join Isaiah James and as another South Carolina player on that team. That's will be playing with South Carolina next season. And he'll be going there, Rick, next season. South Carolina.
South Carolina got him good. They got him good
over there.
Like those short hair ladies on Montrose, they got us good.
And there's a foul called on the Aliens. And at the line here for Southeast Select is Omar Torres. He's from Miami, Florida, 16 years old, so he will be returning next season to Southeast Select team. He'll be one of those 17-year-olds looking to improve his college offers and outlook on basketball. His first free throw goes for Torres on the season, shooting 33% from the free throw.
Yeah, and we talk about offers extended for guys who score, like Justin, like Joey's been doing. Guys who play defense, like Dustin Jackson has been doing. Also, there's a spot for the roster for guys who set hard screens, hard picks, hell, hard fouls. Those teams matter to programs. They want the physicality. They want players who are engaged, who are locked in, who are really good teammates. So not only what you do on the court, that's the 2-11 progress. Not only do what you do on the court, but what you do off the court, how you lead by example being a good teammate also helps with the scholarship.
Exactly. And there's Torres scoring again. Taking it on the floor, he's done that. And you mentioned enforcers a minute ago, and one of those guys comes to mind for me is Cyrus Jackson with Gulf's lockdown. He'll be playing for the Red Raiders for Texas Tech. We saw the altercation between him and Jackson Sutton yesterday in the handshake line after their game yesterday. So we know that Jackson is always in enforcer mode, even when the game's over.
Yes. He's about that action at all times.
All time. It doesn't matter what's going on. He's ready to bring it to you every time he can. Steal from Torres, the floor, then transition bucket. 10-point lead for Southeast Select. And it looks like Brett Lee has this team rolling really well right now throughout the second half. Starting the second half play order.
Yeah, these Brett Lee teams, it's a lot like Novocaine. When you first take it, it may not do anything, but give it time. It'll settle in.
That three-pointer there from the Aliens, so in the bottom of the hoop as well. But they're trying to get one back, and they do. And a unique-looking form on the shot from Omari Labe the third. But guess what? It went in anyway.
D-runs being nice. That's an ugly shot. But it did go in. That's all that counts. But when you say unique, what you call unique, I call ugly.
It's a 10-point lead again for Southeast, like 47-37. 3:43 left in the third quarter of play. And what do the Aliens have to do, Rick, to stay